welcome to our fifth installment for Movement for Mood. I'm Dave. Same sort of format as all the other ones I've done. We're going to have 4 groups, 3 exercises in each group. Each group is its own little movement stack. So we have mobility, strength, cardio, stretch. You can do them all together. You can do them one at a time throughout your day. I'm not dressed in a fancy costume or work clothes this week, but same principles apply. You can do this anywhere in any clothes that you're dressed in. I will be using a chair at some point today. So if you have one of those handy, that's good. Without further ado, we'll move on to the mobility section. Shoulder retraction, I'm just going to go through everything real quickly. I'm just drawing my shoulder blades back while keeping my arms straight. Warrior 1, Warrior 2. We take an exaggerated step forward, lift our arms up, and then we rotate the back foot out and bring our arms to shoulder height. Standing triangles. We're going to have one leg forward, chest stays lifted. So my left leg is forward here, right hand on the inside of the left knee. I'm going to turn it, I'm going to open. I'm going to go with the outside hand, turn, open, switch sides, turn, open, turn, open, all right? And then our arm swings are last but not least. We're going to go with 30 seconds on everything and hopefully go through 2 times. So without further ado, we'll get started in 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds on our shoulder retraction. My arms are straight out. I'm going to stand out of the glare there. And then I'm just drawing my arms back while keeping my arms straight the whole time. So I really focus on using that scapula to pull my arms back. This is a little bit of strength and mobility. I think it's more so mobility just because it's a movement pattern we don't normally do throughout our day. Warrior 1, Warrior 2. Take that exaggerated step forward, lift my arms up, back foot rotates out, arms to shoulder height, switch sides. I take an exaggerated step forward with my right foot this time, push my hips forward, lift my arms up, rotate my foot out, and then arms to the side just like so. All right, and we'll get set up for our standing triangles. Open, my left foot's forward, open on the other side, switch, right leg forward, turn and open. You could be using a chair for this as well, turn and open. That just looks like this. Turn and open. Turn and open, and I'll do the outside. Let's do that. And last one, just with the outside for time. Perfect. 30 seconds of our arm swings. When I do my arm swings, my palms are up, palms turn down when I cross my body, and I alternate which arm is on top. All right, shoulder retractions again. So again, my arms are straight. I just pull my, you can almost think about trying to pull your elbows past your body while keeping your arms straight. Yeah, I'm just really focusing. You know, if it's hard to keep your arms like straight out the whole time, you can always just like try to retract your arms with bent arms. It takes a little bit more focus, I find, but it might give your shoulders a little bit of a break. All right, Warrior 1, Warrior 2. Up, point out, shoulder height. Try doing 2 each side if we're quick here. Point out. Arms come up, arms shoulder height, back foot points out, and one more here. Forward, hips go forward, arms up to the ears, toe points out, arms to shoulder height, and we're into our standing triangles. I'll do them from the chair again. But again, actually, I'll just go from here. You can see I'm just rotating. I keep that chest lifted, so my left leg's forward, right hand on the inside of the left leg. I turn it open, Then on the outside, I turn it open. And if I was doing it from the chair, then I just have something to stabilize myself on. But that's all personal preference. And then our arm swings. Almost done the mobility, and then we'll be moving on to the strength component. I have that round counter there, but I certainly didn't use it that time around. So for our strength, we have our side lunge. So you're just going to take an exaggerated step out to the side, lunge, switch sides, go to your range of motion or where it's comfortable for you. Might just be a side step and lean. Our shoulder raises, we're going to be lifting up and then out to the side. And something to note is I never touch the front of my body, or I never touch the side. If you have like hand weights that you want to use for this, you're more than welcome to. But just by not allowing the arms to rest at any point, you will feel it in your shoulders. Our squat thrusters, you can use a chair if you want. But essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to squat. We're going to press up that imaginary weight to the ceiling, squat, and when we stand up, we press that weight up. And then our bent over rows, again, hinge from the hips, chest stays lifted. I'm just pulling my elbows past my body and squeezing. If you have hand weights, you want to use them, you're more than welcome to. We're getting started with our side lunge in 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds. So when I do these side lunges, you can see I lean forward a little bit, but it's not excessive to the point where I'm collapsing. And again, you could be all the way down there in your side lunge. Maybe you're a little closer to there at the top. Whatever works best for you. How you're dressed, what space you have, your ability. All right, then our shoulder raises. Gotta get into that light. Up, never touch. Down, never rest, into the side. And I only go to shoulder height, never over. You want to hold on to something, you can. It could be cans. Could be some textbooks you have. Whatever it is. But you will feel this in your shoulders at the end of 30 seconds. Especially now that we got our squat thruster. So I come down, I punch up. Careful not to punch my ceiling fan. Again, your range of motion for this squat thruster might be here. It might be there, you know. You might not be pressing the whole way. Just do your best. Try to maintain that perfect form throughout. Best form that you can do. All right, then our bent over rows. Chest stays lifted. Pull my elbow past my body. And I really squeeze at the back. That's where the resistance part comes in. Is that squeeze and hold. You know, our arms have weight to them. Squeeze and hold. And just pick up a spot like 2 feet in front of you, 4 feet in front of you to stare at. Good. Side lunges. Round 2. Do it that time. Look at that. We're laughing. We're having a good time. Again, if you don't have great sort of strength yet, you could just be doing, you know, this could be the extent of your side lunge. You still have to use similar group of muscles, the same group of muscles really, to do this exercise. You just might not be getting as much benefit if you went a little deeper. Shoulder raises. I'll go on the other side here so you can see me. I blend in too much with that bright light. Again, I'm never resting. I squeeze at the top still, right? Really try to contract those delts. All right, into our squat thrusters. Just stays lifted. I hinge at the hips, bend at the knees, press up. And try to keep your elbows at shoulder height the whole time if you want a real challenge. Because then you'll start feeling it a lot in your shoulders, not just your legs. With my squat, I open up. Well, we only have one more rep, so I have space to sit down. And then our bent over rows. Hinge at the hips. Chest stays lifted. Pull my elbows past my body. Squeeze up top. Just looking a few feet in front of me, focusing on that spot so my head stays neutral. I need you to tuck your chin down. I look up so I can see the timer, but you don't need to do that because I will let you know that we are done now. Okay. For cardio, we have cross hops or steps. We're going to be moving in a T. So you can either be hopping like last time, or you could be doing a quick step. Our shadow skip, we're just going to imagine we have that jump rope as we jump through. Again, you could be doing the two-foot hop. You could be going 1 foot, whatever you need there. Butt kicks, you can just step. You can pick up the speed, try to get your arms moving throughout it. And our modified jumping jacks, we're just going to be moving through just like so. Again, you could be doing full jumping jacks. We're just going to do modified today. All right, we're going to get started. 3, 2, and 1. This is the cardio section, so welcome for those joining us. I'm just going to start with the step at first. Notice the whole time I stay square to the front of the room. So my body doesn't have to turn. I just stay square the whole time. And it would be the same if I was hopping. I always stay square. All right. Got our shadow skip. Again, we could be doing just the hop. We could be going 1 foot. You don't even need to hop, right? You could just bounce if you're not too comfortable with jumping, and you could do sort of a 2 foot, going up onto the calf raise from the 2 foot if you're not a hopper. All right, butt kicks. Again, I'm just getting my arms moving, activating my hamstrings by kicking my butt. I could pick up the pace if I wanted to. But just adding a little bit of movement, right, is great for our day, even if it's, not intense. A little bit of movement to make you feel a whole lot better. And our modified jumping jacks. Just every time I step out to the side, I'm bringing my arms overhead in that jumping jack motion. And of course, you could be doing a full jumping jack, but it's not necessary. The object of these is just to add a little bit of movement to your day so you feel better. We're not getting swole. All right. Cross hops or steps. When I move through these cross hops or steps, I try to, every couple seconds, you'll see me slow down or stop a little bit. And that's just to get myself set up again, so I know I'm jumping safely. I'm landing good. All right, and then our shadow skip. Again, we could just be going through at this intensity. Making these arm circles, I'm lifting my knees. So it's almost a bit of a march with the arm circles. Adding this, 5-minute movement stack or maybe 20-minute workout into your day, and you can add these, periodically. If you're not doing anything now for movement, this could be a great place to start. stay consistent with. We already have 5 of these types of workouts out, so you can cycle throughout those every day of the work week if you wanted. But just a really good way to add that little bit of movement so you feel better. And modified jumping jacks. I know for myself, if I stay seated for a long time, I start to thinking a little bit more negatively about myself, or I tend to be a little bit more critical of myself, both in my work and in the fact that I didn't do a little bit of movement. So, you know, just trying to add that into your day. We come to the last group, which is the only reason why we need the chair, is the stretch group. We're going to start with our door frame stretch, which is, I'll show you on this side. Just grabbing that door frame, twisting through the top, feeling that stretch in your chest and shoulders. We're going to do each side 15 seconds with a lot of our stretches. See, pinching, I cross my left leg over my right, as you can see, and then a slight lean forward. Our side lean is we're going to go pull back on the left fingers, hips to the right, lean to the left. We're just going to hang out there. And of course, 15 seconds, we'll switch sides. And our standing hurdler. From standing in a neutral position, I'm going to take a step forward with my left foot. My left foot is straight and my toe is pointed up. And I'm just going to reach towards that toe. All right? So we'll get started, 30 seconds on each. 3, 2, and 1. Start with that door frame stretch. Arm is a little over the shoulder height. So just grab that door frame and twist through the top so I feel that stretch in my chest and in my shoulders. Don't get too long here. We're actually going to do 40 seconds on each group here. We'll switch sides. This is where I become a little bit washed out, but the same principle applies. Hand, shoulder height, twist through the top, feel that stretch in your chest and in your shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. And we'll move on to our seated pigeon. So I'm going to sit down on the edge of my chair, cross my left leg over my right. Slightly lean forward, nice deep breath in, and out, in, switch sides, and out, deep breath in, out, 10 more seconds on this slide, or this side. And we're standing up to the side lean. I have a sneeze that's knocking on the door here. I pull back on my left fingers. Arms are in line with my ears. Push my hips off to the right, lean to the left. And if you need to move through this, you can, or you can just hold it. And we'll switch sides. The math is a little bit harder. The time math is a little bit harder when you're doing 40 seconds and 30. And to go. Got stretching the side there at the lats. And then we have our standing hurdler stretch. So I take that step forward. My left leg straight. And I'm not trying to touch my toes. I'm trying to slide my hand as far as I can down my leg. And with my right hand, I can use that as, support by just holding onto that right leg. Switch sides. I'll take a step forward with my right. And I just slide my right hand until I feel a 6 out of 10 stretch in my hamstrings. And with my left hand, again, I'm just using it to sort of support my body weight throughout this stretch. Okay, and we're going from the top, door frame stretch. If you don't have a door frame, you can do the handcuff stretch instead. So I'm just grabbing my wrist behind my back. Shoulders are back and down. Nice and proud. This is if you don't have a door frame. I usually recommend the door frame over this one because it's just better. Then we can switch sides. So I just grab the other wrist, shoulders back and down. Taking this time to take some nice deep breaths. And out. In. Out. We'll go into our pigeon pose. So I'm going to take my left leg, crossed over my right. We're just going to continue with the deep breathing. We're not going to do anything too fancy. Just, take those nice deep breaths at your own pace. You can hold them a little longer if you want. And switch sides. This group is obviously going to be a little bit longer. I think we're just going to do 30 seconds on the last two exercises just so that we're not too much longer. All right, then we're up for our side lean. We're going to do 15 seconds on each side. Again, I pull back on my left fingers, push my hips to the right, lean to the left. I try to keep my arms in line with my ears as well. We'll switch sides. Pulling back on those right fingers now. Hips to the left, lean to the right. Again, arms in line with the ears. You might find you can lean a little better on one side than the other. Just have a little bit more range of motion, that's okay. Standing hurdler, take a step forward with my left. Left leg straight, toe pointed towards the sky, and I slide my left hand down my left leg until I feel a 6 out of 10 stretch in the straight leg hamstring. We'll switch sides. Toes up. All right, and that is all the time we have for movement for move. We went a little bit over, that's okay. Again, you could do these all at once. You could do it in these movement snacks. They'll be sectioned off appropriately. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.